pencils. You got to choose whatever pencil you wanted. And we all loved her because she was just the sweetest lady. She was a school teacher. And now 55 years later, 60 years later, I'm still talking about her pencils. And then the other thing was, did you put your candy bars in the freezer and try saving them, like your Milky Ways or your...
Yeah, the Hershey bars, yes, and the Snickers. The Snickers in the freezer were fantastic, Rich.
And the milkshake bars, you remember those?
Milkshake bars, tell me, no.
It's like it's not a Milky Way. It's a milk. I think it was called milkshake bars. They were also, you put them in the freezer, and they were fantastic also.
No.
But back your pillowcase. The pillowcase was the best, and it's just like was the sturdiest thing you could do, and it was like perfect, the perfect Halloween bag.
You know what other question I have at 866-391-1020? And I brought this up a little bit the other day, but I was just as an aside. I didn't even bring it up as a topic. I just mentioned it. I dressed up as a hobo once. I was probably 7 or 8. If you dressed up as a hobo now with a bindle and everything, you know what a bindle is? Like a stick with a kerchief, a handkerchief, and made up with your stuff in it and carried it over your shoulder. And you had like ratty clothes and an old hat and a pipe and whatever. Would people be offended? Jack in Mount Lebanon told me he dressed up as a hobo once, too. If in 2025, and I am not saying this as a joke, I mean this as a point of conversation, would people be offended if you dressed up as a hobo or a vagrant or a bum? But we called them hobos. I bet that the number of people would be greater than 0 who would be offended if you dressed your kid up as a hobo. I mean that. Craig's in North Hills. Hi, Craig.
How you doing? I agree with you on the popcorn balls, but I think they have a museum in Blawnox that they're building a wall with out of the old popcorn balls.
I don't think they're doing any building in Blawnox, to be quite honest with you.
Well, it was a joke. Anyway, the best candy bar ever.
Yes, tell me.
Probably never had one. They were around in the 60s and 70s. They were made in Minneapolis. They were called 7-Up bars. And it was about the size of a 3x5 index card. And there were 7 separate segments in there, including a whole almond, like a cherry jelly, coconut, and everything like that. I looked it up on the internet about a year or two ago, and they don't make them anymore, but there's a story about the 7-Up bars. They were absolutely great. Now, the cheap imitation was that Sky bar that had 4 little nougat centers in it, but the 7-Up bar, I guess it was too expensive to make it. They couldn't make a profit on it because it was wonderful.
It was. Sounds like it. Just does.
You can look it up on the net. I wish you could get one.
I don't really like. You know, the crazy part is I don't really like candy. How about that, Craig?
Yeah, well, this is dark chocolate too.
Which is candy.
Yeah, it is. But most people who don't like milk chocolate will tolerate dark chocolate.
Oh, okay. So, did you grow up in Minneapolis, or what's the story there?
No. I grew up in Pittsburgh, and I don't think we were the landed gentry, but we all had like little plastic and paper orange bags with Halloween pumpkins or cats on them. They certainly didn't have the volume that a pillowcase would have, but a lot of kids in our neighborhood had these little shop
bags. Yeah. Oh no, I know what you mean. Those I know exactly what you mean. We had pillowcases. That's the way that it was. Then I think they had trick-or-treat bags at, Hills you could buy. That was the way to go. Jim's in South Hills. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Colin. How are you?
Great.
2 comments here. Really 3. Back in the 60s, okay, when you got a candy bar, you got a candy bar. Not this nonsense they give today. But the point I'm making is we had one lady in our neighborhood. She wrapped and gave out to each kid that came to the house Cracker Jacks, Milky Way, 3 Musketeer bar, Butterfingers, and Snickers.
So, she gave you all of those?
All that wrapped in some type of like a cellophane for the sake of a term today. So what we would do is we'd go around the corner and interchange our outfits and go back to the house
So
again.
She essentially gave you an Easter basket, pretty much.
She gave me an Easter basket, but here's the extreme on this. The neighbor next to us where we used to live, a pack of gum cost a nickel.
Uh-huh.
She gave out 1 stick of gum. That's it.
Well,
so everybody that came to our house, 1 stick. So you had a lady
I bet
on one
I know
end
who
of the
retired with more money. Probably the stick of gum lady.
But all I know is that everybody went to this lady house. They gave us 5 different types. And like I say, the bars were huge. Today, you need 8 or 10 of those little things to make up one halfway decent bar, going back in what we had in the 60s.
What neighborhood you grow up in?
Pleasant Hills, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I know where it is. Yeah. Well, man,
Yeah.
that's good. Nice of that lady. Here's the thing, though. It was different in that you pretty much knew every kid that was going to trick or treat at your house. Or, I think my wife does this, and I'll make it home tonight, and it'll still be trick or treating and stuff. I think she makes up bags for the kids that live on the street special, and then kids she doesn't know, they get like random candy. I think that's kind of how it works on my street. I just like to see them. They make me happy, honestly. Oh, I will tell in the 5 o'clock hour, there's something is tugging at my heartstrings, though, and there's a bit of a sad tale about trick-or-treating. It's just the reality of it, getting older and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Man, I'm trying to think. Nobody ever gave us that much candy. You got maybe 2 if they recognized you and you were on the street. 866-391-1020. That's 866-391-1020. Oh, I do want to ask you coming up next, is this an overreaction or not? We'll continue this talk, but is something an overreaction or is it actually a good thing? We'll dive into that, but first, the Bocce House of Pittsburgh. Yep, it is officially open. Find the Bocce House, RIDC Park, Alpha Drive, Fox Chapel. Get there. Great food, great drinks, and even better company. And they all meet on the bocce court. Visit theboccehouse.com for details. They got memberships, a luxury cigar lounge, league play for all skill levels. Grab some friends. Enjoy delicious food. Pour yourself a drink. Self-pour bar system. The fun is in your hands. So get there right now. Check out the website, theboccehouse.com, for all the details. Traffic now. All right, PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center, KDKA AAA Traffic. It's all powered by Bowser Genesis of Monroeville. Margo.
All right, thanks, Colin. Reports coming in for a disabled vehicle on the Parkway West outbound right before exit 70D towards Stanwyck Street. All lanes are now open. However, residual delays have backed up that route towards Technology Drive. The Parkway East outbound is also slow moving from Technology Drive as you try to make your way out of the city. And heading into the city on the Parkway West inbound, lanes are clogged from Carnegie. Also seeing some heavy traffic on the Fort Duquesne Bridge. With AAA Traffic, I'm Margo Rensel on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to Colin Dunlap on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Allegheny County faced the largest tax increase in our history, but one leader had the courage to say no. Pat Katina stood with taxpayers, not the politicians, because Pat believes government should live within its means, just like every hardworking family does. On County Council, Pat Katina's a proven leader, protecting your tax dollars, demanding accountability, and standing up for the common sense values that make our community strong. This Tuesday, stand with the leader who stands with you. Vote Pat Katina. Paid for by friends of Pat Katina.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Radner, and I am so excited to tell you about How We Made Your Mother, a rewatch podcast looking back at How I Met Your Mother. And I'm here with Craig Thomas, who co-created the show along with Carter Bays. Hi, Craig.
Hey, Josh. Somehow it has been 20 years since the show premiered. I'm going to check the math on that. 10 years since it went off the air, and we thought that made this a perfect time to look back, see what the hell we did, and why the show still seems to resonate with fans around the world today.
Follow and listen to How We Made Your Mother wherever you get your podcasts.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we're here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I know it's the spooky season, but I'll tell you what's really scary is all the dirt and muck that foot traffic brings in and out of your home in this transition month as we welcome fall, capped by Halloween. Zero Res is here to help. They've done it so many times for us. They can do the same for you. They're the best in the business. Carpet, tile, upholstery, basically every surface in your home can be zero resified. And right now you can get your entire home zero resified from Pittsburgh's Ultimate Carpet Cleaner. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $129 and take 15% off your air duct and dryer vent cleaning too. A $40 savings. Mention the KDKA special. Don't let a misdeal haunt you. Call 412-701-1188. Make an appointment or schedule online at ZeroResPGH.com. Spell it backward or forward. It spells the same. Zero Res.
Bill Hillgrove here. If you're retired or helping a parent plan for retirement, it's time to talk about a reverse mortgage from Federated Reverse Mortgage. I went through it myself, and I get it. The idea can feel confusing, but here's the truth. With reverse mortgage, homeowners 62 or older can access the equity in their home tax-free to improve cash flow, pay off debt, or just enjoy life more comfortably. And no, you don't lose your home, you stay in it. I trusted Craig Schweiger and his team at Federated. Craig's been guiding Pittsburgh families for over 35 years, and they treat you and your loved ones with care, clarity, and respect. Whether you're planning for your own retirement or helping mom or dad understand their options, this is a conversation worth having. Call 833-888-0801 or visit fedreverse.com to schedule your free consultation. That's what I did. Equal housing lender. Reverse mortgages are subject to eligibility.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
It's Colin Dunlap on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Here we go. Hello to you. Getting a little windy out there. Hopefully it stays relatively nice. It's not going to be, 70 degrees, but if it just stays above 50 for tonight for these kids, that'd be good. Really. Just stay there for them. I don't want to say they deserve it, but there's a lot of bleak news in the world. And if they can get a nice night of trick-or-treating, that would be good. I want answers to my hobo question. Seriously. If you dressed your kid up as a hobo, I went as a hobo, I don't know, 7, 8 years old maybe. Had the bindle, had my face dirtied, I think I had a fake cigar, had ratty clothes on and an old flannel and some shoes that were all marked up. If you dress and nobody thought, what are you? Because you go up to the front steps, people. Hey, what are you? I'm a hobo. I'm a bum. Ah, ha, ha. Trick or treat. Here's your candy. Next house. If you did that in 2025 and you went and took your 7 or 8 year old kid as a hobo, would people get offended? I bet you'd run